Welcome back. My name is John Stissowin. I'm with Elemental Fitness, elementalfps.com. We are at. Check our videos out on YouTube as well as on the website. You can search me at John Stissowin on YouTube. Today I want to do a second part to a video I did on foam rolling, stretching the lower body into mid-back, upper back. We even got up onto the shoulders a little bit, so we're going to continue that from the mid-back, the lats, through the upper body, chest, shoulders, and arms. Any of these areas can prevent you from performing movements the way your body is designed to move. You can think of it as a rusty joint, per se, in a hinge. So we're going to look to remove these muscular adhesions to loosen up the fascia, the covering of the muscle, and help our body move more efficiently so that we don't change our movement patterns to a pattern that's going to then lead to possibly soreness, pain, and even other further injury. We finished our last video on foam rolling the upper back onto the shoulders, and I'm going to continue basically from there. When we are rolling, especially upper back, anywhere on the legs, the way I like to coach it, the way I like to perform it, is to move in small areas, slowly, maybe a 3 to 4 inch area. And then if you feel any tight spots, any trigger points, any tender areas, you're going to stop and pause on that area for about 10 seconds. Anywhere upwards of 10-15 seconds on that area. Be careful of how much pressure you do put on when you're foam rolling or working with one of the balls to use pressure therapy. Too much can aggravate the area, cause too much inflammation. And if you're feeling soreness past a day after from when you've done it, then maybe that was a little bit too much. So let's go back to the roller again, to the upper back, shoulders, arms, elbows open, covering up onto the mid and upper traps, up at the neck, posterior deltoids of the shoulder. And then I would pull in, round my back, cover that same area. Now you see I'm moving quite freely here. This I try to perform in a rocker type position, keeping my body curved in a rocker type position after I've done the flat and open. Now, to help stretch the chest, after rolling the chest, we'll come back to this, but this field goal position, you can set something under your head to support your neck and head, or you can let it rest if that does not bother you. But here we're looking at opening up the chest, allowing your shoulders to drop back and open, keeping our shoulder blades pulled down. But let's cover the area that we want to roll before the stretch. Roll first, stretch after. If you're able to, even a light warm-up before rolling. The stretching then and rolling before that. At the end of the workout, you definitely put that in a little bit more time on the static, the holding of the stretch. So chest and shoulders, I can use the roller in. I'm inside the body from the shoulder joint. All right, I'm in on that pec major and pec minor. And I'm going to move around, support my body so that it's not just all on the roller. Find some tender areas, I'm going to hold on it, and then I'm going to move. Now, the lats are a big area of your back. You want to cover that as well. When the lats are tight, it can prevent you from being able to reach overhead because that muscle group is pulling downward. So stretching and rolling here as well. So lat rolling, hold the area. Be careful here about going up into that armpit if it is painful. can use the roller or the ball standing up, a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball, any harder ball that doesn't just completely break down and squish when you use it, but you can as well use the roller against the wall instead of flat down on the floor. And then as well, getting onto the shoulder, the deltoid. With the ball, that's a little bit easier. Change your body position to get the ball in different areas. And covering every tender area, pause, hold on it, press it out, iron it out, however you want to think about it. And then move on. Each muscle group, especially these smaller areas, might take 20 seconds each. Unless you're finding that you need to spend a little bit more time there. Bicep and tricep. You can also cover these areas. You can cover them at the wall with the roller or the ball. But I like to do this on the floor. I feel like I have a little more control. Again, just like with the legs, longer limbs, you gotta move your body so that you cover the different paths, different areas along the muscle fibers, along the length of the muscle. So bicep, you can see my palms down. I'm starting to turn my thumb down. Even more, even more, even more. And then as well, same thing with the tricep. Here I can definitely feel that I need to work on this a little bit more. Now moving into the stretches. A solid lat stretch would be either just on the floor, hands and knees, arm out, cross over, pull back and across. You should feel a nice stretch along the length of your side. Almost curving your body out and around. You can do that holding on to something, holding on to a wall or a pole, same type of position. Getting a stretch through your lats. Chest stretch. I showed earlier on the roller. Like the roller perpendicular to the body. Arms out, field goal position. This can be without the roller as well. Many of you might need to do this right here on the floor, spending some time in this position. If your elbows or wrists are off the floor, you know you have some pulling, some tightness in through the pec major, pec minor, possibly even some weakness in the mid-back and upper back, between the scapula. Go to a clock stretch. All right. Hips 90, knees 90, rolling up and around. Hold the position that feels like it's the deepest stretch. My arm's the highest here. That's where I'm going to hold. I'm going to spend some time here. Maybe a good minute to 2 minutes. And I might roll back around and perform it again. You can see definitely that arm is up right now. Eventually, after a couple minutes, this arm's going to be down. With this stretch, you're also getting through the lumbar spine, thoracic and lumbar spine, a little bit of that twist, that rotation. So a stretch with that as well. Finishing that up, as well as then the doorway stretch. If I'm looking at using this wall, I'm going to turn away from it, plant my feet up and over, and then turn my body back, pressing my chest and shoulder back this way. If I just leave this shoulder here and try to turn, my shoulder's going to internally rotate. I want to lift my chest up and open and press my body to the left, to the opposite direction to get that stretch for that pec minor. You can perform some of these stretches on the ball as well. Might be a little more comfortable there. That's also stretching your shoulder. Just like on the roller, you can go a little more overhead as you're laying back if there's not pain with this. You can as well perform this. It's almost like a lat stretch. Arms overhead on the ball. Bicep and tricep. Triceps a little tougher to get. Arm across, you're going to get a posterior deltoid stretch as well. Use another object to help pull across or even help bend the elbow too. Bicep, you're going to go palms down, and this is particularly important for those who are not able to necessarily straighten their arm all the way out. Sometimes someone's going to have a problem at the top if it's not with the shoulders and they're able to get up there but that arm's not able to lock out. You might have severe tightness through the bicep muscle, which also does correlate, is related as well to shoulder arm elevation. But palms down, and I'm going to turn away. This one I like to try at a couple different spots. As I go up higher, it's going to get a little bit more of the forearm on wrist. Down lower, we're going to work stretching, elongating that bicep. Both sides. Don't be afraid to roll out the forearm down towards the elbow. Don't go over top of the elbow, but we have attachment sites right at and crossing over, obviously crossing over the joint to allow us to flex the joint. But we don't want to be rolling right on the bone necessarily, rolling close to it. So then we have the stretches and foam rolling for the upper body. Spend a good bit of time on this after your workout in the evening, a couple times a day. If you know you have those rounded shoulders, then we need to stretch this area out. Maybe we need to do some band pull-aparts as well. Maybe we need to work on scapular retraction, squeezing together. Maybe some wall slides, hips and butt against the wall, arms against the wall, squeezing up, squeezing down, or just squeezing down. Some wall angels. So, work on this. Get your body to move efficiently. Make it so that the exercises become more natural, movements become more natural. You use less energy throughout your entire day, and you have that energy to put into family, friends, activities, all the other things you'd like to do. All right? Thank you.